Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 306, Lamar R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead.
And we have to differentiate because we reviewed another movie, Pumpkinhead, and then there's a series, Pumpkinhead. So this is R.L. Stine's on Tubi, Pumpkinhead. We need to make sure to say that. Tubi original.
Happy Halloween, Lamar.
Happy Halloween to everybody. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take off your Halloween mask, Lamar.
Oh! Up to the tricks already. Man, oh man. Jeez.
Yep. Well, Lamar, let's get right into it then. Can you explain the story?
Well, Joe, once again, this is R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead. And, well, we got a new family coming from New York that consists of Sam and Finn and his mom. Of course, the dad's not around. It's straight out of the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. And then they go to this small town, and they're having this pumpkin festival. And pumpkins are a big thing for this festival. It's like a really big, like, oh, man, pumpkins, blah, 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 blah. And Sam is not a fan of it. He's not a fan of anything. We're going to talk about characters, but, well, just to be a douche, he steals a pumpkin from one of the local townsfolk who's known to be into pumpkins. And his brother is like his older brother who's responsible. Says, hey, you got to take that back. But he takes it back for his brother. And his brother ends up missing. And then that uncovers the plot that this town has been kind of taken over by a curse that helps their crops grow and everything like that. And Sam has to team up with his new friend, Becca, to uncover the truth about the pumpkin craziness that's going on.
Yeah. The curse is, well, in my opinion, it's not a curse, Lamar. It's the curse is that people just forget about the children. Like they didn't exist.
I knew you were going to say it. Yeah, that's one of the things.
Is that a curse? That sounds great.
They have to sacrifice a child so the crops can grow, which helps the town's economy, basically.
Yep. And the kid just becomes forgotten. But the kids remember him until they turn into adults at 18. And then they forget them too. They just become forgotten. Yeah. Just great. It's better than condoms. It's just like the greatest thing ever, Lamar.
Really, Joe?
Well, I'll say this about the story, Lamar. Now, obviously, of course, we grew up with the R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps. Yes. This is definitely in that universe. It's more geared towards a younger audience, but it's still enjoyable. It's fun.
Yeah.
And if you are cursed enough to have children in your life, it's something that you could sit down and watch this movie and still get an enjoyment out of the movie, not out of having the kids to bother you and suck your money away and all that. But you'll enjoy the movie too.
Yes, it had. Yeah, I think for me, because it's like you said, it's not like a grown-up audience. It's not a full-on R-rated horror. Yeah. But I did like the story.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I will say that. Maybe a little young for my taste, but I will give it to them. It was a good story.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to rate it there for story?
I'll give it a half a point.
Really? Yeah. I'm going to give it a 1. I thought it was fun.
Okay. No.
Some people don't like to have fun over there.
I know.
Well, our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the characters?
Well, all of the characters, it's kind of goofy and everything like that, but they all, serve a purpose. It's kind of like a cookie cutter, story where it's like the family comes in, finds out something's going on. And, the characters serve their purpose. And, well, Joe, let's just get it out the way. You are a hater of children.
Yeah.
But I will say, Sam.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He's rude. He doesn't listen. He's a thief.
Yeah. This is my point about all children, Lamar.
I'll say that about him.
In every story that involves children, the bad things that happen to the town, it's all initiated because children don't listen.
Well, I won't say that because for all the movies, but definitely because of Sam. Because Sam decided to, for some reason, go to a new town and steal something that's important to the town.
Yes, because they're all terrible. Children are terrible, Lamar. I'm just saying. Some
I
of
will
this.
I will say this. Sam was terrible, and when we get to the ending, I'll be like, I didn't feel so bad about what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was other characters. There was the other. Well, I guess the villain, but he didn't know he was a villain,
No.
100%. And then the son, who was this wacky guy that like lived out there, that ended up helping the kids trying to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is very cookie cutter characters, but it all kind of works well. I'll
Yes.
give it a half point for characters.
Oh, I was gonna give it a 1. So
Well, our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the monster of the movie?
well, the monster is kind of like a scarecrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was kind of basic, but it did I think the person who was like playing it was like a contortionist.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah.
That
I
was
like
cool. That
That was
added
cool.
something to it. I will say I liked that part of it. He could, I guess, suck the soul out of people and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I guess he had like enhanced strength. So it was not. It was good, not great though. So
Yeah, I thought, like you said, the fact that it was like some kind of contortionist, just the mere fact that it was someone in a suit is what I liked
mhm.
about it. Once again, this movie was a little nostalgic to me. It did remind me of an episode of Goosebumps or something like that you would see, like, a monster in a suit. And
Yeah.
it's not like overly scary, but it's not supposed to be because it's not
No.
that audience. So I don't know. I kind of liked it. What are you going to give it for the monster?
I'll give it a 1.
Yeah, I'll give him one. Good.
Yeah.
Our next category, Lamar, is the special effects.
I mean, they were actually decent to me.
Yeah.
Good. I don't think. I mean, they of course they use digital, but you're not gonna be see a lot of blood and stuff like that. But it wasn't like really crappy, like came with the pack
Right.
CGI and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They put some work into
It
this.
was a good mix of the practical too, because when the kids were sacrificed, they turned into like the pumpkin head,
True.
and that was practically done. And it was simple, but it was cool. And
Mm-hmm.
like we said, the scarecrow and some of the other effects. So they had the vines of the pumpkin
That
patch.
was cool.
Cool
That was cool.
stuff, and they had some of, like you said, the effects. I thought the special effects were solid. I'll give it a 1 point.
Agreed. 1.
Our last category, Lamar, is the sequel potential slash come uppings.
Comeuppance, because we're not gonna spoil it.
Yeah,
Let's just say Sam, what
yeah,
happens to him. I was like, you've caused this problem. He got his brother freaking like kidnapped and everything.
yeah.
So what happens to him at the end of the movie? I was kind of like, shit happens. Sorry.
But it was left off for a sequel, it seems.
It
Now, I don't know if
does.
this, I'm assuming this does come from an R.L. Stine book. So I'm assuming there is a sequel to the book or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not familiar with the Pumpkinhead story, but I would like to see a sequel
Mm-hmm.
because I thought this movie was kind of fun. It's just nostalgic and fun, and I like to see what happens to Sam. Maybe he's like in another universe. Like what? I guess overall, it's gonna solve what the curse is and what happens to the missing children, I suppose.
Yep. Yeah.
So, what do you give it for sequel potential, Lamar?
I gave it a 1.
Yeah, one. Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score, and this movie gets a 4.5 out of 5.
Well, as you would say, if you are cursed with having children and you don't want to scare them on this Halloween, this is a nice little watch.
Yeah.
It has a decent story. Um, yeah, it actually I feel like it's one of those like okay kids, you can stay up late and eat your candy. We'll watch this.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a fun little watch. I was thinking of borrowing some of the ideas from the movie, maybe grow myself a pumpkin patch, see if I can get rid of some of the kids that bother me in the neighborhood and stuff.
If you want to do that, Joe, hey,
You
we
never
don't
know.
we don't we don't support kidnapping children,
Not,
but
not kidnapping, cursing. It's a
oh,
curse.
cursing
Lamar.
them. So okay, I don't
Yeah.
know how that works within the
There's
law.
no statute in the law for curses.
You never know. There are some weird towns here where it says you can't put a curse or some weird other law or something like that.
Oh, damn.
To our audience, make sure that you check your local laws and rules and everything like that before you curse the children.
Okay. Well, does that wrap it up then, Lamar?
It does.
Peace. Happy Halloween.
Deuces.